So with the top end of Lawns Hill in Dinnington, just to the right was the Lawns Hotel, which has gone many years ago. I just want to show you this on Leys Lane. It came to my attention a few days ago that the road had been closed down. And according to this, it's still closed down, but it looks like someone's decided to move the cones and drive down it. Now, the initial report that came through from Rotherham Borough Council was that there was debris on the road. Now, my first thing that jumped in my mind was, had somebody been fly tipping down here? But I'm told that they shut the road down because there was mud on it from the farmers. But we've had absolute blighting of this road. With fly tipping in the past. I'm sure there could be a solution to that, but it just carries on and on. Seems a bit unfair to put all the blame on the farmers for that. I think it's about 7:45 in the morning at the moment. It's quite pleasant walking down here without cars, but it's been opened up at this end slightly, so we'll see what happens when I get to the other end on Old Kilts Road. So one car's just passed me. Now the thing is, I've come across mud on the road from the farmers before, but I've never heard of them shutting a road down because of it. I've had to drive through some quite bad roads when there's been mud on it. So why did Rotherham decide to shut it down, whether it was for fly tipping or mud on the road? My big concern is that during lockdown, Sheffield City Council used the opportunity to close down roads like Pinston Street and Leopold Street that they never reopened. But there seems to be an attack on cars all the time. You're out driving, there's roadworks everywhere, there's roadworks where there's nobody actually working, and people are allowed to just shut the roads down and just leave them shut down when there's nothing going off. But you can see here, this is where you get problems with fly tipping, and the farmers end up doing stuff like this to try and stop it. I certainly don't want to see fences on these beautiful fields round here. Now, you can see the fly tipping. I didn't even notice this yesterday. I walked down yesterday and I never saw this yesterday. This looks fresh to me. This is what farmers are having to put up with. So I'm definitely sure that this weren't here yesterday. I can see fresh van marks here. You can see mud on the road. So if they had actually shut it down for fly tipping, what's the point? Because people would just drive through, because somebody's just moved the cones aside to get through. I don't know what's that. I don't know if that's a tractor there. But all along these edge rows, you'll see plastic debris if you get out of your car and walk like I do, all along these edges, and people just chuck it out the car windows a lot of the time. Some of it will be fly tipping, but you can see plastic scattered all over the fields, but you can't see any mud on the road at the moment. But we're living in the right nanny state. I've done you some other stuff recently where they shut down Bramall Lane and Hillsborough on match day. All the roads around the ground, and it's just total overzealous nanny state. So I don't know if that was there yesterday, but that looks like something to do with cannabis growing plants. So I'm not a net zero person, but you know, plastic everywhere. I think this has just come out of car windows, most of this. But it's beautiful countryside round here. I'll just show it you quickly. And they were actually lovely yesterday when there were no cars coming down here. But I can't show you Lawton All Saints Church today. It's a bit misty on the horizon. You can see where there's been a bit of mud down here, but when they shut this road down, I think the distance is twice as long. You've got to go further round and through Fropen. So it sort of defeats their object of climate emissions as well, doesn't it? Not that I believe any of this stuff. So you just see the debris in, well, probably chucked out of windows or fly tip, plastic. Not great, is it? Gets into the water table probably, into the crops. So you got another carpet there, but it's periodically absolutely blighted with fly tipping around here, and that was why I jumped to the conclusion. But we're coming up to Old Oaks Road now. There's absolutely loads of walks down here to Roach Abbey, and at one bit I always used to go across to Derbyshire at the weekends and walk, but traffic got so bad, parking charges went through the roof. I decided to do local walks. So once you can get down this road, Leys Lane, and pick up these footpaths. That one sort of takes you down to Furbeck, and there's another one, I think further around there, that takes you down to Letwell, or I must have got it wrong, but yeah, this is the Letwell one, but you can turn off for Furbeck and get down to Roach Abbey this way. But it's periodically that you'll find fly tipping on places like this. But I certainly don't want to see farmers putting fences around the fields, because that'll certainly spoil the countryside. So there's a road running along there, that's Old Coates Road. That direction takes you to Tickle, Old Coates and Doncaster. The other one takes you into Fropen and back into Dinnington, but at the moment people are having to detour around that way. I don't know if anybody's cycled or walked, but you just see this all in the hedgerows everywhere. So I don't think a lot of it's even come from fly tipping. But we are approaching Old Coates Road now, and you can see it's still actually really blocked off. It's just that people have made the executive decision to just move the cones and drive through. But Rotherham Council can't just shut roads down like this to whim. We pay for these roads. So you can just see the cones here, you can still see the sign, so they've either forgot about it or they're leaving it locked down. But to me it looks like someone's just said, sod it, I'm actually gonna drive through anyway and move cones out of the way. This is Old Coates Road. Another footpath that'll take you down to Furbeck as well. So that's a quick update from Dinnington. Just watch out what the motives are for all of this. Is the ulterior motives around it, or is it just overzealous health and safety that's going off with Rotherham Borough Council? And same again, Sheffield City Council, we're shutting down roads all around Bramall Lane and Hillsborough every match day. Absolutely ludicrous world we're living in at the moment.